This is a warrant officer responding, and you can tell this guy is originally old school.
Here's an observation I've made since Secretary of War Hegseth's speech the other day. And maybe you've caught this too on this platform. I don't know about you, but I've experienced this observation. All the branches of service, except one, has been losing their ever-loving minds about that speech, about these new standards. It's not really new. They're saying and doing some wild things on this platform and many other platforms. They're complaining and talking quite ill about the Secretary of War, which I'm going to tell you right now, be careful. Be careful what you post. Be careful what kind of videos you make. It's going to get you in trouble. I digress. Do you know what branch of service has been really unfazed about these policies coming out of the Department of War? You guessed it, the United States Marine Corps. Soldiers are losing their mind. Airmen are losing their mind. Sailors are losing their mind over it, complaining and moaning and groaning, talking about X, Y, and Z, talking about the speech itself and why it shouldn't have happened, all that stuff. The Marine Corps, they're just solid there. And
I think that's there's a face. There's a face standing up. No, that's why I put him on there. He started talking. I'm like, yeah, the Marine Corps really didn't even flinch. They just kind of kept on going, business as usual. I think they tried to put a couple of females through the Marine Officer Infantry School, but I don't know if any succeeded.
I don't know either. I don't pay attention to Marine Corps world.
Yeah, but they're their own critter. What?
They should be in the Army anyway. They would get better equipment, better training. I mean,
there's a whole bunch of Marines out there that go, I'm going to kick Bob's ass.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But the thing is, they send Marines to airborne school and sniper school.
They go to all of our schools.
They go to all of our schools. I went to the Marine Corps sniper school, which, by the way, was fucking awesome. Those motherfuckers really knew what they were doing, and they literally got rid of it.
Was that out at 29 Palms?
Pendleton.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Isn't that the one where the guy taped flip-flops to his feet and still
No. Yeah. We all threw money into a hat, and he was one of the instructors, and we're doing a stalk, and like 70% of us got busted. So I'm literally up at the hill watching other guys try to stalk in, and this guy's talking mad trash. And I'm like, really? You think you could, stalk in here on us? He goes, yep. I'm like, all right, we all threw money in a hat.
At that point, you should have gone, okay.
He had a Speedo. He was wearing a Speedo. He duct taped flip-flops to his feet, and he had like the sniper hat with the veil behind him. And that motherfucker crawled from 1,000 meters to within 300. I think it was 270 meters. Got 3 shots off. Nobody fucking saw him. That dude walked away with like somewhere between $500 or $600 fucking dollars in like 1990.
That's insane. Wow. You've told me that story 4 or 5 times out. It's funny as hell and impressive as hell every single time.
And when he literally stands up, and we're like, just give him the fucking money. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
No, he I wish I remembered his name. That dude was.
We had a sniper in one of the sections, Sergeant West, and I still have a picture of it. We're doing exercises, getting ready to go out. We're doing MobX build-ups, and this guy could just vanish. It was daylight. We're walking through a field, and the grass next to me goes, hey. I'm like, I stop. And the grass goes, hey, don't step on me. And I look down, and he's literally like 2 feet from my boot.
Nice.
Like, God,
run the next one. Let's do this.
Running the next one. This is what Hegseth is getting rid of.
Got to know we got it. Package extra side. Don't I love my vegetables, extra cheese and Don't lay like the kick it like karate. Don't I be with J Money serving everybody?
Wow.
That's what Hegseth is getting rid of.
We got to be careful with that music in the background. We're going to get dinged for that one.
That's why I cut it short.
Okay.
Also, comma, this appears to be normal. Note the tattoos on the hand right off the bat. You couldn't even get
in back in the day.
You couldn't even get in.
For 3.5 years.
Oh my God.
I waited for 3.5 years.
That's a
White
male.
man did it in 1 week. I said I waited for 3.5 years. The white man did it in 1 week.
All right.
That was a male with that hair.
Jeez,
Wow. No.
He would have been, well, it never would have happened back in our day.
No.
But if he had like come back from 30 days of leave, for example, and then refused to cut his hair, NCOs would have dragged him into one of the gang showers and shaved his head.
Or
and I know because I've seen it.
Or they just cut one stripe. That's what our first sergeant used to do. If you didn't get your high and tight, you come out for PT formation. Ow. And then you do PT for an hour with the stripe cut in your head. And then you come back, you got to just go all the way down to the scalp.
I mean, I was thinking something you were saying earlier, T6, and both of you guys are kind of pointing out, but it's like you look at if we have a war coming on, whether it's a civil war, whether it's war with Russia, Iran, Venezuela, you pick your wherever, just looking at what's been going on at Ukraine, there's going to be nowhere to hide. You know, there's going to be like you guys were talking about the what's her name, Jessica Lynch.
Yeah,
you know that there's not going to be any safe space.
There are no lines.
Yeah, you're going to be attacked from the time you know everywhere, and the drones in Ukraine have shown that. So, to me, that means even for the Air Force, you know, you're going to have everybody has got to be able to use a rifle, fight back, do something real, not just sit and watch a computer screen or whatever. I mean, because there's not going to be any safe spot. And so I think Hegseth was, you know, back to Hegseth again, was exactly on target. And, you know, just, I don't know. We could go around and around on this.
We could go through this for forever. Evil button pushing monkey. This is Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Johnson. Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Johnson. This is monkey. Evil button pushing one each.
Hey, monkey.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Let's see what else have we got here. No military story is ever completely complete without a dependopotamus.
Ah, yes.
You have to have a dependopotamus.
Who do I need to blame for putting me on liberal dependent TikTok? I will say, if y'all need a good laugh, please find your way over there because Pete Hegseth touched all of their things. We all saw Pete come out and say this.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Well, they heard this.
The Secretary for the Department of Defense just gave a speech to military leaders saying, you kill people and break things for a living. You don't belong in polite society. And we're getting rid of all political correctness and all wokeness because it doesn't belong here. As the daughter of a career military man and a military spouse, I find this incredibly stupid.
You know what I find incredibly stupid? Besides you. The fact that you thought what he had to say had anything to do with you, but you felt the need to give your credentialing. So hi, I'm a dependent as well. Now that we're on equal playing field, let's talk about it. In 2022, the Army had to change its PT standards because 44% of women could not pass it compared to the 7% of men that couldn't pass. Or how about in 2023 when the Army had its largest shortfall in recruiting of 15,000 people? But in 2025, when those standards that you call stupid were restored, they met recruitment in 5 months. Or do you want to talk about how 68% of young Americans don't even qualify because they cannot meet the PT standard straight off the rip because of obesity, which has even led to the Army creating Fat Camp. You see, warfighters are not supposed to look like they just left the local FRG meeting with their Starbies in hand. That's your job. The whole kill people and break things, that's not dehumanizing. That's literally in their job description. When standards go down, soldiers die. Period. The enemy does not give two shits about your gender, your pronouns, or your lived experience and how oppressed you think you've been in life. The military has never been and will never be polite society. It's a war-fighting institution. And if that offends you, then it's not for you.
Now, this is a nice balance here because you've got the dependopotamus and then you've got a dependee who actually knows what the fuck is going on.
Now, in regards to the fat camp, they had fat camp when I went to basic.
Yes.
And
yes, they did.
I remember we had a fat guy in processing. He got sent to the fat farm and I went to go do my training.
Yep.
And
The
literally,
Fat Farm. That's what it was
when I
called.
got done, I'm literally, packing my A bag and all my stuff, walking out to get on the bus to go to the airport. And that same fatty was getting off the bus to report to basic training. So he spent 4 months in fat camp before he even started training.
We
I
had
know how
3
you
or
can make
4
people
guys who
lose
were a couple
weight.
of pounds over. What? Go ahead.
When I was 17, I was in Civil Air Patrol, and we and we did a capture the flag thing at this state park in Illinois. And anyway, I tackled some dude to get the flag, and I won the engagement, but I didn't realize till the next day that I'd been wrestling him in a patch of poison ivy.
Nice.
Oh, good
And
stuff.
I had poison ivy everywhere but my head and my private parts, thank God. And I lost 17 pounds in like 6 weeks because it was like 3 weeks of absolute agony.
Agony. Yeah.
So that's what you do for the fat camp guys is go roll in poison ivy, and then now let's run 20 miles.
I like that idea. Actually, we had a couple of guys crawl through some poison ivy on an exercise, and they were very unhappy. I crawled through barbed wire and sliced my leg open really good. First sergeant looks down at my pants and, "What's wrong with your leg?" I look down, like my whole left pant leg is soaked in blood. He's like, "Medic."
Patch him up.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join POC for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.